If you told me a few years ago that Thor and Doctor Strange movies would miss and a hour-long Werewolf special would hit, I'd probably call you a madman. Werewolf by Night is the first of, I'm assuming, many hour-long specials set in the MCU. This one's about a crime-fighting werewolf that sounds really stupid. Just trust me, it's cool. You might know Michael Giacchino from his amazing scores and composing work in movies like Batman and so many other good ones, and with this being his first time directing, I thought he knocked it out of the park. He scored this thing too. He's too talented, stop it. One of the things being talked about here is how mature it is because this is Marvel's most graphic content yet. You get limbs cut off and you get a lot of blood, well, decent amount of blood. And while yeah, it is in black and white to kind of make that not quite as bad, it does give me hope for Marvel exploring this more mature route. It gives me hope for Deadpool in the future. Gael Garcia Bernal plays our resident werewolf in this. He plays Jack, and I thought he did pretty good. Werewolves are such amazing creatures in fiction when they're done right, at least. And I thought this one was really well done. Jack is a pretty kind-hearted and peaceful guy for the first half, and we spend that first half getting to know him. So then in the second half, when the guy just goes slaughter mode, genocide of evil people mode, it's a really crazy contrast. The contrast of Jack and his werewolf persona is really cool, and I love that sense of impending doom, that clock down, counting down to him turning into the werewolf. It's a classic werewolf setup, you know, you got the other main character locked in a cage with him, he's about to turn into a werewolf at any second. It brings some really good tension. And I think Laura Donnelly, who plays the other film's lead, Elsa, I thought she did a really good job selling that tension and fear. Zoe White gives us some really good cinematography in this, and sometimes cinematography can be overdone or underutilized in black and white features, and I thought it was really good here. The cinematography and set design mixed with Giacchino's direction makes this a very well-made film visually. It gave me two of my favorite shots I've gotten from Marvel, maybe ever, at least in Phase 4, and I definitely think this is the best thing visually Marvel's made in the last who knows how many years. And thank God we get some good action in this. You know, some shots, some long shots of action, some good fighting. It's choreographed, but it feels real. I'm getting so sick of action in the MCU, action in movies in general. We cut every half a second, and I'm so glad this one didn't do that. As far as how the action is shot, I think it's the best since Shang-Chi. Also, shout out to all the little like cigarette burns in the corners and all the crackles and crims. Crim's not a word. Crim's not a word. Why'd I say that? Point is, it looks old, okay? It's very, I was about to say replicative. Like replicate? Replicative's not a word either, stupid. Point is, it feels like an old movie. I think my only real problem with the thing is its length. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's intentional. Maybe it's going for like the leave them wanting more kind of thing. Because with the credits in the beginning, in the end, this thing's like 45 minutes. And I've heard that Marvel is going to change a lot of its shows into these specials. I don't really know about that. This one worked well, and the nice part about specials is that you can take out all the filler and just cram all your best content into 45 minutes, into an hour. But I am worried about how successful these specials will be going forward. Because with a really short runtime, first of all, your pacing has to be immaculate. And also, I'm not sure if things are gonna leave an impact. Jack was a cool character and I did enjoy him, but I still don't really feel like I know him. This very much seemed like an introduction to this new pocket, this new corner of the MCU. But now that's done, I'm just like, okay, now what? The story in this knew what it was and it was great, but it feels like a prologue to some bigger and more impactful story. And I really hope we get it because it sucks that a cool and unique premise like this is starting to feel kind of rare in the MCU. Like if you give Falcon or something like that, Captain America, his special, you have to introduce a new villain, a new arc for Falcon, and then resolve the whole thing in 50 minutes? That sounds incredibly difficult. I'm scared that these are gonna feel like just unconsequential side quests to keep people busy until the next movie comes out. And the last thing Marvel needs right now is unnecessary content. I don't know how to rank this because it's not a show, it's not a movie, but it was good. I will give Werewolf by Night, Moon Knight, the score of watch it, it's good. Watch my review of Amsterdam. Thanks for watching. Bye.